Good afternoon, everyone. This is Olivia Macco with the National Weather Service in Kansas City, here to provide an overview of the severe weather risk today and overnight tonight into early Tuesday morning. Most of this briefing will be centered around the overnight threat, but first I do want to mention the potential for isolated storms this afternoon and early this evening. Some storms could be strong to severe and capable of producing some damaging wind gusts as well as hail. But again, these would be very isolated in nature, and the overall potential for this development remains low. Similarly, the severe threat is lesser with the afternoon and early evening storms than the overnight storms. So as we turn our focus to the overnight storms, here are some of the main things to know. So we're expecting a complex of storms to move through the region late tonight. This could impact our counties in eastern Kansas as early as 10-11 p.m. And this complex will continue to move east into western Missouri and ultimately central Missouri as well. We do anticipate the severe risk to diminish as the night goes on. So the greatest severe risk is further west, and then the lesser severe risk will be further east, following the direction of where the storms will be moving over the night. The primary hazards with this complex of storms will be heavy rainfall and then damaging wind gusts in the range of 70 to 85 miles per hour. We could see some hail, and there is an isolated tornado threat, but I really want to hit home that the main hazards here are the heavy rainfall and those damaging winds. We'll take a bit of a closer look at the severe hazard probability specifically. On the left, we can look at our tornado probabilities. These are mainly focused further west, so portions of Kansas and far western Missouri. Severe wind, this is our greatest and most significant hazard of this event. In those hatched areas on the graphic there, that indicates where we could see wind gusts up to that 85 mile per hour threshold. Further east, where we don't see that hatching quite so much, a reasonable max wind speed then would be closer to 70-75 miles per hour. But overall, this is the hazard that encompasses more areas. There's a greater potential for it area-wide overall. Then on the right, we do have a little bit of a hail risk, but overall this is nowhere near to the level of the severe wind potential tonight. There is a flood watch that's in effect until 7 a.m. Tuesday morning. We're looking at widespread accumulations up to about an inch. Locally, higher amounts are also going to be possible. This could lead to flooding and flash flooding, mainly areas south of US 36. We're going to see some more of that heavier precipitation. Areas that have recently received substantial rainfall will be especially vulnerable to flooding once again. So if you're in an area that has been hit by a lot of rainfall lately, this is something to keep in mind. Your flood risk is probably a little bit greater than those areas that have not seen quite as much rain in the past couple of days here. We do have active weather continuing into the midweek as well as the late week. There are going to be several more chances for strong to severe storms, flooding, and hazardous heat as well. We'll be monitoring all of this closely, and we'll be providing updates as we continue throughout the week this week. But if you have any questions about this, of course, just reach out to us here in the office. If you need to contact us, all of that contact information is here. I hope that the information provided was helpful, and thank you. Thank you for taking a listen.